Hello and welcome to Elite Cross Plays Kentucky Route Zero. This is what I like to call a play framed in a video game. It's not so much about the actions you take, but the what characterizations you give the characters. It's a point and click adventure game in the loosest sense, where mostly the point and clicking is to navigate and look at things, and not so much the puzzles or picking up things or finding things. So we'll start off here. Our main character is named Conway. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lisette Antiques, Furniture, Glassware, Curiosities. Attendant. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Joseph. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles, whiskey, lost tire or something, spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Conway. His name is Homer. Her name is Blue. Just some dog. I don't know his name. I think I'm going to name the dog Blue tonight. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck, but it's just a few feet off the horizon. I've been driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. I've got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. This is what I was talking about defining the characterization of your character, of Conway. Because the conversations, the things that the other people say, the actions that they do, never change based on what you say, but the person that Conway is does. You can, like for instance, you can make Conway somebody who's focused on his job, or you can make Conway somebody who takes load off and enjoys the smaller things in life, like watching a sunset on a late day. This game is just full of symbolism, especially symbolism related to American Gothic and magic realism and all those kind of Americana symbols. Like for instance, Equus oils with a horse. Horses are a theme that comes up over and over again in this game, and horses mean a lot of things in American symbolism. For instance, freedom, and so those symbols reflect and change meaning depending on how you define Conway. I'm going to go with second option here. Make Conway a little bit more easygoing. Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah, you got to stop and breathe in that road. I bet while you're driving, you let your eyes wander up the tree line and you just, well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. Do you like poetry? Oh, I just like to listen to the TV. I used to do a lot of poetry on the computer, but I don't have the ear for it lately. Listen, you and Blue wouldn't be driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there you have to take the 0. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up the directions. You have to head down to the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. Basement door is back in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. And oh here, take this lamp. It gets dark. This right here is just about as complicated as a mechanic as we get. Turning on and off some binary thing. Usually a light, sometimes it's an umbrella. That's just about as complicated as mechanics get in this game. Is dialogue choices and the light or umbrella, but I really think the simplicity makes this game shine more. Here we are in the basement of Equus Oils. And we have some baseless people. These people kind of act as a Greek chorus. If you know anything about plays or literature, you know what that is. But if you don't, it's the Greek chorus in classical plays, like classical tragedies like Oedipus Rex, are a group of people, usually outside the plot itself, that recaps and points out what's happening. Usually, a lot of times in symbolic language, but sometimes they just come out right out and say it. For instance, in the beginning of Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare has a Greek chorus that basically tells you exactly what's going to happen throughout the entire play. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn cards table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Conway clears his throat. Have you all seen a breakdown here? To Emily, to Bob. Do you hear something? To Emily, no, sorry, I was looking at the rules again. It gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. Bob to Ben. So it's your turn now, right? To Bob. Oh yeah, I guess so. Where do you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Now, if I wanted to, I could just go looking for the, turn off my light and go looking for the 20-sided die. Also, that is another recurring theme in this game where darkness shows you the way forward, or shows you things that are hidden more often than having a light does. But let's keep on talking to them. Conway clears his throat but gets no response from the people at the table. I just need to get by you for a minute. Bob to Emily. I think it rolled down off to the left somewhere, but I don't see off to the left there, but I don't see it. Well, I'm not going to look for it. It's too dark down there. Bob. Ben, one of you go down and get it. I'll just study the rules here. Conway taps his foot but gets no response from the people at the table. If I can hit that breaker box, I can get the lights back on. I think you're right about the instant crisis rules. There's a whole separate table of them in the back. Bob, I don't like that rule anyway. It's not fun. It's just random and frustrating. Emily to Bob. The randomness is what makes it realistic, Bob. Conway clears his throat but gets no response from people at the table. You seem pretty focused on that game. Emily to Ben. I still don't understand how you went. Ben reading aloud. Roll the 20-sided die once for each player and refer to Appendix C table of psychogeographical anxiety address correlations. Locate the resulting street address on the road map and move each player marker to the appropriate location. That doesn't help. Bob, I don't think he can win. It says on the box it's a strategy. And again, right there, these are the Greek chorus for this game, and so everything they say, even if it's laden in symbolism or just not directly referencing what's happening itself, is referencing the game. And so, of course, that right there is pretty explicit that this game is a tragedy and that you can't really win. Conway is not going to win this game. Conway crosses his arms. You say you're missing a piece? Okay, so just to get started, we need that 20-sided die. Yeah, that gets us on the road. Well, hopefully. If you roll 1, you drive into a ditch. If you roll 2 or a 9 or 12, you have to write down a new anxiety and roll again. If you roll 4, you get to move your piece anywhere on the map you want. Emily, Bob, go get that die. It's too dark down there. Well, I should make it easy. The damn thing glows in the dark. Conway knocks on the table, but gets no response from people at the table. If you just move your chairs a bit, I can scoot right by. Emily, Ben, and Bob argue about the rules of their game and who should be responsible for retrieving their lost piece of glow-in-the-dark 20-sided die. Well, it looks like that's all we're going to be getting out of them. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I have played this game multiple times before. But this is the kind of game where having played it before doesn't really add or subtract anything, because all you really get is new characterization. Though that doesn't necessarily make it an engaging game, even for a Let's Play format like this. I do think it's a interesting game to replay over and over again. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. Sign. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. 4. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. And there we find their missing game piece. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but has reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Now, if you don't remember, when they were talking about the game, the number 5 is relates to that anxiety thing that they mentioned. And now they're just gone. Voting shards are arranged around a worn card table. The shards are empty and the surface of the table is bare. I personally like to have Conway keep the 20-sided die. I feel it gives him a more thoughtful persona. But over here, we can finally fix the breaker and see the basement for what it is. Joseph. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. There were some people down in their basement playing some kind of game, but they're gone now. In the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, Peter's in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around these roads. She'll get you to the 0. The password is, damn. I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? It's kinda long. Kinda like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Conway taps the key, walking the computer from its reverie. Computer. User. Typing Conway. User Conway is not real. User. Joseph. Password. The stars drop away. Nobody saw the accident. It'll only get later. Password accepted. Joseph shouting, "How's it going in there? Figuring it all out?" "Sure you are." Messages. Message 1 is from Donald at hotmk.mail. Message 2 is from accounts@consolidated.mail. Read message 1. From Donald at hotmk.mail. Subject, fragments dim of lovely forms. Message, Joseph, I know it's been a while, and I know you're still sore, but there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind. I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss those days in the lab, with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Message 1 is from Donald at hotmk.mail. Message 2 is from accounts@consolidated.mail. Read message 2. From accounts@consolidated.mail. Subject, account standing urgent. Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to the sustained brownout select. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Co. Let's look at games. Games is not real. Address book. The 0? Address the 0 is not real. Dogwood Drive. Address Dogwood Drive is not real. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountains there. You can't miss it. Joseph, got it? Out there in Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded up that old TV of mine into your truck. I bought that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago. Now that the power is all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'll want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Let's see if we can talk to Joseph more. Sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on that road if you're going to make your delivery. I guess not. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. Now, Blue is a very... The dog is a very interesting part of this game. It allows you to characterize Conway in a void without... You can see what kind of person Conway is in the absence of other people when he's talking with the dog. And so... The dog follows you around everywhere, and you can talk to him in almost every act, and it allows you to define his personality without the other characters, which is really useful for getting to know who Conway is. How's it going, Blue? What do you think of this place? Thought I never noticed it driving by. How about a treat? Here's some jerk from that gas station attendant. Reminds me of your old man Ira. He was a good man, a good boss. And that's where I'll leave it off for the first episode of Kentucky Route Zero. After this, we're going to be getting into a new mechanic, which I really like in this game, and starting exploring, getting into the next act. So we'll let off here, and I'll be back with a new episode in a couple days.